Collective Shout, now that they're facing huge amounts of backlash, are now trying to advocate for people going to jail. To give you an idea, they are trying to arrest people now who are harassing them and are okay with what's going on with the games. Hopefully, we could put these losers in their place continuously. Because remember, boys, if they're advocating for the law to get involved, they're losing. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Says
the Council of Karens is trying to break us. We will not falter.
Shit about them. Remember that group of annoying ass bitches in Australia that tried to get video games, like Steam, to get rid of video games because they were fucking bored? Well, they've been getting a little bit of pushback, and now they want gamers arrested. Big surprise, huh? Collective Shout? Yes. Collective Karens.
You're a gamer. You play games. Yep. So what if a group
collective retards
of people decided that your hobby was a crime? What if they wanted to use police, even international police, to come after you just for disagreeing with them? That's not a joke. It's happening right now, and it's all thanks to a group called Collective Shout, who are trying to get anyone who stands against them arrested.
That's
Meet
right.
Collective Shout, an Australian group that decided...
Look at that group of fucking Karens, boys. Look at that.
Won't work. The more that you get upset, the more that people will want to bully and attack you.
Yep.
It's
the pecking order. They seeing you bleeding, now they're gonna peck you to death.
Something like I think that a lot of these people, generally, I think that, especially certain types of women on the internet, assume that playing the victim will just get people to, defend them.
That doesn't work anymore. Yo, you saw it with that interview with the black dude and that black lady that was trying to play the victim card. You notice how quick everyone, if you go and look up that clip on Twitter and stuff, how everyone is immediately calling her a victim? That it is not working anymore. The past 4 years have been a wake-up call to this nonsense. People are not falling for it anymore. They're done with this mentality. Because it's disgusting and it's manipulative and it's emotional. It's fucking crap.
And to a certain extent it will.
These people.
But what I don't think that they understand is that it also means that you're bleeding.
Yep.
That's
exactly what I said.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. As soon as people realize that they can get to you,
dip you down there,
and you show that it gets to you, you're done. You're cooked. Yep. Bully logic? Yep, exactly. It's afraid? Yes.
They didn't like some of the games on platforms like Steam and itch.io.
Exactly.
So what did they do after Gaben wouldn't listen to their complaints? They went after the money. They sent a letter to major payment companies like PayPal and MasterCard.
So you have to keep in mind that Trump also passed a law, that makes debanking illegal in the U.S. now. It's a federal thing. You can no longer debank because you think that it's a brand risk. Now, I feel like Visa and MasterCard were doing this regardless of their banking establishments. They were doing it and blaming the banks because they knew the banks weren't going to get involved with this. The issue is that if we want this to really change, we're going to have to keep pushing for legislation to go through these damn MasterCard and Visa debit cards, or they're going to have to get the fuck out. Period. I could already see a new type of payment coming out for gaming just to get around this, and I guarantee you it will be way more successful than Visa and MasterCard.
Demanding they stop working with these game stores. Their argument was that some of the games had extreme content.
To give you an idea of how much of a bulldoze this is over Collective Shout, they had a petition signed for 1,000 people and were calling the Visa and MasterCard centers, customer service, daily. Now, the gamers have been blowing the call centers up with 20,000 calls daily to Visa and MasterCard. So much so that the call center people are now just hanging up whenever they figure out what it's for.
As illegal in that it should be removed. The thing is, it worked. The payment companies...
And you have to keep this in mind. that whenever a place like Visa and MasterCard, not a lot of people know this, they use third-party telephone providers to do these calls. So it's not just Visa and MasterCard that they're taking calls for, it's a wide range of different organizations. So, and they get charged based on their call volume. So the more you call these centers, the more it's going to cost Visa and MasterCard. Not a lot of people know that. That's a little tip from me to you.
Gave in. They told the game
It's
stores
worked previously with other things too. Large groups of bored middle-aged women that have lingering resentment towards men because their husband doesn't like them anymore because they're fat are probably the greatest threat to Western society that we have right now.
I agree.
They're worse than Hamas. They're worse than Russia. They're worse than, any like African warlord. They're worse than MS-13. They are the prime evil.
clean up their act, or they would lose service. The game platforms removed thousands of titles to make sure that they fell in line with these financial companies' rules.
Within.
This
Yes.
response not only hurt the players of these games, it also caused financial damage to real people, including the thousands of developers who spent countless hours on the art and game development.
Of course.
It wasn't only that, though. One of PayPal's largest acquiring banks terminated its service with Steam in every currency
Ooh.
other than 6.
That's
so
right.
now it's no longer
Steam is banned from PayPal. You can no longer use PayPal on Steam.
just about adult games. Nearly every single person on the platform is now directly affected. Also, when a bank terminates its service with a merchant, they report it to the match list. We covered it in our previous video, but it's a secret confidential list that top banks and financial companies like MasterCard and Visa use to monitor risky merchants. Imagine it.
So why don't they just, can't you just use that as evidence for an antitrust lawsuit?
Oh yeah,
And
you
then just do
totally
this?
could.
Because in my opinion, the big problem that I think we have with a lot of these people doing stuff like this is that they get away with it.
Yeah.
That's the big issue. It's that they
I think whenever this flack settles and there's new laws in place that prevent this, Steam should sue the shit out of PayPal.
and not
They will
only
win.
do they get away with it, but
It's crazy. So there's like a backstory black market where you can blacklist, like a bank, if they debank you, they can blacklist you into that. And then every other bank in your area can look at that list. And if your name is on it, you can't get a bank in that area. Or for that matter, probably in the whole damn state, in the whole damn country.
limited times that they don't.
That's
all they get is a
disgusting.
fine. That's the problem. Not framing the game as illegal. The games are illegal in Australia. They wanted illegal games to not be sold in Australia. Well, that's up to Steam.
as a big red flag or a warning telling other banks not to work
That's
with
the
Valve.
government.
Although the match list
That's the government's decision. It's not their decision.
database is kept extremely private, the fact a bank has terminated service with Valve means they are
Absolutely.
highly likely to be on this blacklist.
Yep.
After
Yeah,
their
they should make these blacklists illegal. It's
Absolutely.
obvious
This
cartel
is
behavior.
disgusting.
Everybody knows it.
Well, it's kind of crazy because as of like the debanking thing, they really can't use that anymore.
They'll regret using their real names too. I think that they already have.
Oh, they are. They are using their real. What a bunch of idiots.
And Collective Shout couldn't stop talking about the situation. You'd think a group that got what it wanted would move on to bigger things.
Yeah.
But of
Well,
course,
that's the problem with all these groups. They're always going to aim for bigger and better prey.
this group doesn't actually care about
Up
protecting
next is Grand Theft Auto. I guarantee you. You think I'm crazy? They've already tried.
anyone
Fuck
other
you.
than removing
I'm
content they don't like. To defend their actions, Collective Shout has been trying to paint these games as highly illegal to larger organizations that have little understanding of gaming, like a United Nations Special Rapporteur. A UN Rapporteur are independent human rights experts who simply investigate and advise on issues. The fact that Collective Shout is trying to get one
Another Karen apparatus, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like a
Karens
Russian
calling to
nesting doll
Karens.
of groups of Karens trying to stop people from doing things that they disagree with.
It's a Karen
What a
stampede,
pathetic
boys.
state of things to be in, huh? What the fuck is a human rights expert? It's a call to Karen. That's it.
Yeah.
on
That's
their
about
side.
right.
So they're actively
Yep.
working to legitimize their claims to a wider non-gaming audience. And now they found a partner in a report from a group
Oh,
called
God.
the Online Hate Prevention Institute.
Of course.
This report, which sides with Collective Shout, is just saying why they think this censorship is so good and framing
It's
the
so
pushback
fucking
from gamers
stupid.
as a hateful, misogynistic campaign.
This is
But
so
be
stupid.
careful what you wish for. Because you might actually, in fact, be right.
I was
The
going to
most
say,
interesting part
like,
is when you reach the bottom
the
conclusion.
issue isn't that these people exist. It's not that they could be right, sure. But at the end of the day, there's more gamers that are willing to fight for their freedom then there are Karens willing to get stampeded by the gamers.
The Online
that's what's
Hate
gonna
Prevention
happen.
Institute
That's
has
absolutely
been
what's
shocked
gonna
by both
happen.
the extreme nature and volume of the content we have seen attacking Collective Shout. The
I
woman
think this is going to be the big difference between like what happened in 2014 and what happened now, what's happening now, is that I think that a lot of the emotional manipulation doesn't work anymore.
No, it doesn't.
And what happens now is that I think a lot of people are like, if you want to be the victim, good. I'm going to make you the victim.
Yep.
Like that's the way that I think a lot of people on the internet think now. Whereas back in the Gamergate days, it was much more about winning the argument, explaining to people why they're wrong. I think that's changed. I think people are tired of playing nice,
right.
and that's.
And I look forward to watching these Council of Karens burn, because they deserve to burn. This small, collective little group of retards can't just go around and change the internet and pad the internet and make it their personal little safe area because they feel like it should be. That's not how the world works. That's not how life works. And these people need to be stopped. And with everything that's going on, they're already trying to get gamers arrested nationally, like worldwide, not necessarily nationally, but worldwide, because they feel threatened. Man, let's see that hold up in court. These people are cooked, by the way. They're cooked, they're sauteed, they're fried, they're done. They're done, and it's beautiful to see, ain't it?